What are the Nazca lines? Secrets of the desert revealed. Have you ever stood in a place so vast, so quiet, that it felt like the earth itself was whispering secrets to you? I remember a trip to the desert once, far from the noise of cities, where the horizon stretched endlessly and the stars at night seemed close enough to touch. As I lay on the warm sand, staring up at the sky, I wondered about the people who came before us, who left their mark on the world in ways we still struggle to understand. That night, my mind drifted to the Nazca lines, those colossal drawings etched into the Peruvian desert, a mystery that has puzzled humanity for centuries. These ancient geoglyphs, sprawling across the sands of Nazca, are more than mere a riddle, a testament to ancient mysteries that challenge our understanding of the past. Who created them and why? Were they messages to the gods, maps of the stars, or something stranger, perhaps tied to alien theories? Today, we'll journey to the heart of Peruvian history, soar above the Nazca lines, and explore the archaeology of a civilization that left its story in the earth, searching for answers to one of the world's greatest enigmas. Let's begin in the arid plains of southern Peru, around 500 BCE, where the Nazca people thrived in a land of stark, unforgiving beauty. The Nazca culture, flourishing from 200 BCE to 600 CE, was a marvel of human resilience, carving a life from the desert's harsh embrace. Their home was the Nazca Desert, a vast expanse between the Andes Mountains and the Pacific Ocean, where rain falls so rarely that the ground lies cracked and thirsty, baking under a relentless sun. Yet, the Nazca were masters of their environment. They wove vibrant textiles dyed with colors drawn from plants and minerals, crafted ceramics painted with gods and beasts, and engineered underground aqueducts, called puquios, to channel water from hidden springs. These aqueducts, some still in use today, were lifelines, turning barren valleys into patches of green where maize and beans could grow. The Nazca were not alone in ancient Peru. Nearby, the Paracas culture wove intricate cloaks, while the Moche to the north built adobe pyramids. But the Nazca's legacy is unique, etched not in stone but in the earth itself. The Nazca lines, massive geoglyphs that transform the desert into a canvas of ancient mysteries. Imagine standing on the desert floor, your feet crunching on sun-baked pebbles, unaware of the wonders above. From the ground, the Nazca lines are nearly invisible, just faint scratches in the soil. But climb a hill or board a plain, and the desert reveals its secrets. A hummingbird with wings outstretched, its beak poised as if sipping nectar. A spider, its legs splayed in perfect symmetry. A monkey, its tail curling in a playful arc. A condor soaring with a 440-foot wingspan. And a mysterious humanoid figure, dubbed the astronaut, etched on a hillside. There are over 800 figures, from animals to plants to geometric shape spirals, trapezoids, and straight lines that stretch for miles, as if drawn with a cosmic ruler. Some geoglyphs span 1,200 feet, larger than football fields. Yet their lines are precise, deviating mere inches over vast distances. The Nazca lines are a gallery of Peruvian history, preserved by the desert's aridity, where wind and sun have left them untouched for millennia. How did a people without flight create art meant for the skies? What drove them to labor under the desert sun, moving tons of earth to speak to an unseen audience? These questions fuel the ancient mysteries that draw us to Nazca. The Nazca lines were first noted by modern eyes in the 1920s, when Peruvian archaeologist Toribio Mejia Zesp spotted them while hiking the desert hills. He saw faint lines crisscrossing the landscape, but their true scale eluded him. It was the advent of aviation in the 1930s that unveiled their grandeur. Pilots flying over Nazca saw the shapes clearly, their wings casting shadows across hummingbirds and whales. American historian Paul Kosak, flying over the lines in 1941, called them the largest astronomy book in the world, igniting global fascination. Since then, archaeologists, astronomers, and dreamers have studied the lines, uncovering over 800 figures and thousands of linear paths. Creating them was a monumental task. The Nazca removed dark, oxidized pebbles from the surface, exposing lighter, yellowish soil beneath, forming contrasts visible from above. Some lines are shallow, just inches deep, while others are wider, scraped clean with precision. Stakes and ropes, found at some sites, suggest the Nazca used simple tools to plan complex designs, scaling small sketches to vast masterpieces. The Nazca lines are a testament to archaeology, revealing a civilization's ingenuity, but their purpose remains one of the greatest ancient mysteries in Peruvian history. Let's explore the first theory. The Nazca lines were spiritual offerings to the gods. The Nazca were a deeply religious people, their lives shaped by the desert's scarcity. Water was life, and their gods feline deities, serpentine spirits, and sky beings were tied to rain, fertility, and survival. Their ceramics, painted with vivid scenes, show priests sacrificing to these gods, their faces masked in ritual. Underground aqueducts, winding like veins through the desert, were not just engineering but sacred, channeling water as a gift from the divine. Archaeologist Johann Reinhard, who studied Andean cultures, argues the lines were sacred pathways, walked in rituals to summon rain or appease the heavens. The animal figures hummingbirds, symbols of agility, pelicans, tied to the ocean, whales, lords of distant waters may embody prayers for abundance. Trapezoids, wide at one end like funnels, could be ceremonial platforms, where communities gathered to chant under starlit skies. Picture a Nazca elder, his voice rising in song, tracing the spider's legs to beg for crops to grow. This theory roots the lines in Peruvian history, reflecting the Nazca's battle against nature. Yet, it leaves a question unanswered. Why craft figures visible only from above, as if for eyes beyond the earth? This puzzle deepens the ancient mysteries surrounding the lines. Another theory turns to the heavens, the Nazca lines as an astronomical calendar. Maria Reich, a German mathematician who dedicated her life to the lines, championed this idea. From the 1940s until her death in 1998, Reich lived in the desert, mapping the geoglyphs with a broom and a ladder, protecting them from vandals. She believed some lines aligned with solstices, equinoxes, or constellations, marking seasons critical for planting and harvesting. The spider, she proposed, mirrors Orion, its legs tracing stars. The monkey's tail may point to the Pleiades, a cluster linked to Andean agricultural cycles. The straight lines, some running for miles, could track celestial paths, turning the desert into a giant observatory. Reich's work, though romantic, inspired rigorous study. In 2000, archaeoastronomer Clive Ruggles found some alignments valid, but others random. Gerald Hawkins, in the 1970s, used computers to test Reich's claims, concluding many were coincidental. Yet, Nazca ceramics show stars and comets, suggesting a skyward gaze. This theory enriches our view of Peruvian history, painting the Nazca as astronomers, but the lack of consistent alignments keeps the lines among ancient mysteries. Now let's step into bolder territory, alien theories. In 1968, Swiss author Erich von Daniken's Chariots of the Gods claimed the Nazca lines were runways for extraterrestrial spacecraft. He argued their aerial perspective and vast scale suggest an intelligence beyond human capability, perhaps aliens teaching the Nazca to build signals or landing strips. The astronaut figure, a humanoid with raised arms, and the condor's massive wings fuel this idea, appearing otherworldly to some. Von Daniken's book, selling millions, sparked a cultural phenomenon, with ex-posts and documentaries speculating about UFOs in ancient Peru. But archaeology offers grounded answers. The Nazca likely used ropes, stakes, and small-scale models to plan their designs, achieving precision with simple tools. A 2018 experiment by Peruvian archaeologists recreated a geoglyph using wooden markers, proving human ingenuity sufficed. Hot air balloons, woven from Nazca textiles, may have allowed aerial views, though evidence is thin. Alien theories, while captivating, lack artifacts or texts to support them, and scholars like Anthony Avini dismiss them as speculative. Yet, they reflect our hunger for cosmic connections, adding a layer to the ancient mysteries of Peruvian history. A fourth theory sees the lines as social and practical. Anthropologist Anthony Avini argues they were communal spaces, where Nazca clans gathered to reinforce identity. Each figure, hummingbird, spider, whale, may represent a kinship group, their creation a collective ritual. Straight lines, some stretching 20 miles, could be pilgrimage routes, linking villages to sacred springs or mountain shrines. Trapezoids, resembling irrigation canals, might be dance floors for festivals, where communities celebrated harvests. Excavations near the lines uncover pottery shards, food remains, and offering pits, signs of gatherings. In 2019, Japanese archaeologist Masato Sakai found lines converging at ceremonial mounds, suggesting social hubs. This theory grounds the lines in daily life, portraying the Nazca as a society bound by shared labor and faith. It aligns with Peruvian history, echoing Andean traditions of communal work, but the aerial perspective remains unexplained, a persistent thread in the tapestry of ancient mysteries. Let's weave a story to bring the Nazca closer. Imagine Killa, a weaver in 200 CE, living in a Nazca village of adobe huts. Killa, named for the moon, belongs to the hummingbird clan, her family tasked with tending a geoglyph of a great bird. Her days are spent spinning cotton into thread, dyeing it with cochineal reds and indigo blues, her hands stained with the desert's colors. At night, she listens to her grandmother's tales of gods who live in the mountains, bringing rain when pleased. Each solstice, Killa joins her clan on a trek to the hummingbird, a half-day's walk across the desert. They carry offerings, maize, coca leaves, Potterito honor the figure's spirit. Killa walks its outline, her feet tracing wings that seem to lift her soul. She sings, her voice blending with others, asking for water to fill the puquios. Elders point to stars, saying the lines mirror their paths, guiding crops. One year, Killa's brother, a potter, falls ill, and the clan prays at the spider geoglyph, believing its web holds healing. When he recovers, Killa feels the line's power, a bond between earth and sky. Her story, though imagined, captures the Nazca line's human heart, a window into Peruvian history that archaeology alone can't open. The Nazca lines are more than a mirror, reflecting humanity's urge to create, to connect, to endure. Their preservation, ode to the desert's aridity, is a gift, letting us glimpse a civilization's soul. Yet, their purpose eludes us, a historical mystery that sparks wonder. The spiritual theory speaks to our need for meaning, the astronomical to our curiosity, the alien to our cosmic dreams, and the social to our bonds. Each theory, like a line in the sand, leads somewhere, but none tells the full story. The Nazca lines are a dialogue between past and present, a question etched in the earth. Why do we build, and what do we hope to say? The lines face modern threats. Climate change brings rare rains, washing away soil. Illegal mining and off-road vehicles scar the desert. Tourism, while vital, risks damage with visitors straying from paths. Peru's government, with UNESCO, protects the site, a World Heritage treasure since 1994, but resources are limited. In 2023, vandals defaced a trapezoid, prompting stricter patrols. Modern archaeology, using drones and LiDAR, uncovers new lines, revealing figures hidden by erosion. A 2021 study found 168 new geoglyphs, including a cat and a killer whale, deepening our grasp of Peruvian history. Yet, each discovery adds to the ancient mysteries, as we wonder what drove the Nazca to create such wonders. Let's compare the Nazca lines to other ancient enigmas. Like the Library of Alexandria, they're a testament to human ambition, a quest for ancient knowledge lost to time. Alexandria's scrolls vanished in neglect, while Nazca's lines endure, yet both leave gaps in our understanding. Stonehenge, with its aligned stones, shares the astronomical intrigue, but its builders left no figures like Nazca's animals. The pyramids of Egypt, monumental and divine, contrast with Nazca's subtle earthworks, yet both speak to spiritual yearnings. The Nazca lines, unique in their scale and setting, bridge ancient Egypt's grandeur and Peru's intimacy, uniting ancient mysteries across continents. Their story, like Alexandria's lost history, is a call to preserve what remains. Why do the lines matter in 2025, when satellites map the Earth and AI decode scripts? They teach us humility, showing that simple tools, ropes, pebbles, faith can create wonders. They challenge us to see our world anew, from angles we've forgotten, whether from a plane or a prayer. The Nazca lines are a plea to protect our heritage, to avoid the neglect that erased other treasures. They echo ancient Egypt's scribes, seeking ancient knowledge, and the Library of Alexandria's dream of unity. The lines' mystery, like Alexandria's lost history, is a flame we must tend, a reminder that our creations outlive us, speaking to those yet to come. What do the Nazca lines teach us? They're a canvas where a people painted their hopes, fears, and dreams. Their creators didn't know we'd see them, but they drew anyway, trusting the desert to keep their story. That trust inspires us to create, to question, to connect. The lines are a dialogue with the past, a question for the future. What will we etch into our world? The spiritual theory reminds us of our search for meaning, the astronomical of our curiosity, the alien of our dreams, the social of our bonds. Each is a line, converging in the desert, inviting us to walk its path. The Nazca lines' legacy lives in their mystery, a gift from Peruvian history that keeps giving. They're a reminder that some questions are meant to linger, sparking imagination across time. They challenge us to preserve what we've inherited, to guard against the forces war, neglect, greed that erase our past. In a world of rapid change, where digital archives can vanish and cultures fade, the lines urge us to hold fast to our stories, to weave them into the earth so they endure. As we near the end, let's hold the Nazca lines close. They're a map of a people's soul, drawn in the sands of time. Their creators, like Killa, didn't seek fame, but connectionto their gods, their stars, their kin. That connection inspires us to ask, what will we leave behind? The Nazca lines are a call to dream boldly, to create fearlessly, to trust that our marks will speak to those who follow. So what will you draw in your desert? What story will you etch for the ages? That night in the desert, when my friend asked, "What's the point?" I was silent. Now I'd say the point is to keep drawing, to keep dreaming, to keep searching. The Nazca lines are humanity's boldest sketch, and though their meaning eludes us, their beauty endures. What do you think? What do the lines mean to you? Have you felt the pull of ancient mysteries, the urge to uncover Peruvian history? Share your thoughts in the comments. Tell us what inspires you, what enigmas you want to explore. If you're captivated by ancient mysteries and the wonders of archaeology, subscribe, hit that bell, and join us for more tales weaving past and present. The Nazca lines are ours to carry forward. Thank you for journeying through Peru's desert with us. Until next time, keep chasing the secrets etched in the sands.